I've done most of the things
Hi, my name is Zach E.J. Williams, University News Editor for the Daily Californian. Welcome to our 2010 ASUC Presidential Debate. This extended discussion will cover a variety of issues affecting the campus and university communities. With me are Senators Noah Stern, candidate for the Student Action Party, and Senator Eunice Kwon of the CalServe Party. So without further ado, let's meet the candidates and begin the discussion. Starting off with Senator Stern, can you briefly introduce yourself to voters and outline your experience in student government?
Yeah, so my name is Noah Stern. I'm running with Student Action for ASUC President. I'm from Los Angeles, California. I'm a second-year political economy major, and my freshman year I was an intern in the ASUC Senate, and this past year as a sophomore I've served in the Senate, and I've really enjoyed my experience, and it's this time that I've spent serving the campus that's really inspired me to continue working with the ASUC, serving our student body and helping student organizations to make student life on this campus rich and fulfilling.
Senator Quan.
Hi, my name is Eunice Kwon. I'm the presidential candidate with CalServe, Cal Students for Equal Rights and Invalid Education. My previous experiences before I became a senator was mostly dealing with the ASUC and the Academic Affairs Office, because I'm a lead organizer for API Education and Languages now. So, and also dealing with the IAS Coalition. I wasn't directly involved with the ASUC offices, but I worked with them when those issues came up. I'm a current senator now with Noah.
And starting with you, Senator Kwon, could you maybe explain, like, why do you feel that you were slated by CalServe to be their presidential candidate?
I mean, I think we have many qualified people to choose from this year, and I'm really just honored to be selected. I think we were focusing on our slate vision and putting together a good team to work together, because a lot of the work that gets done in the executive offices is collaborative work between the offices, or it should be, and that's how CalServe feels. So I think it was a combination of like who would work well together, and I'm a team player. I play well with others, work well with others, and I also think that CalServe has maybe a reputation of being a really leftist extreme group, and I think people who know me know that I'm a pretty, reasonable, moderate person, and I think CalServe is actually, we make reasonable decisions, and I think they just wanted me to get out there and show people that we're all very we're not what we're portrayed to be. We're not we're not some fringe group, we're just students here. I'm a pretty average student, so yeah.
Okay, thank you. And perhaps both of you could, first of all, briefly describe what you interpret the role of the ASUC president is, both within the ASUC's operations and the executive offices, with the Senate, and also with the campus at large. Starting off with you, Senator Stern.
So the Constitution states that the ASUC president is mandated to maintain the health and well-being of the ASUC. And I really take it to mean that it's more than just the ASUC, but it's really the entire student body overall. The president, he or she is really the chief spokesperson for the campus, and it's imperative that the president is both, working with the administration to make sure students' concerns are always heard, but also against the administration when, any vital interests are being violated against the student body. And with that in mind, it's always important that the ASUC president is hearing the concerns of the entire student body, always has their interests at heart, and makes decisions that will benefit every single student on this campus, and make sure that their education is being preserved, protected, and always improved.
Senator Kwon?
Senator Stern recited what the bylaws say about the role of the president, which is to maintain the well-being of the student body and the ASUC. And I believe that the role of the ASUC has somewhat been a figurehead position in the past. I don't think it should be such. I think the ASUC's president, while being a strong student advocate in those meetings with the administrators, they need to make sure that they really look into the everyday workings of the ASUC as well, because a lot of the systematic problems that we have with our budget, with the auxiliary, those things need to be addressed as well. And I think in the past our presidents haven't done a very good job of that, and the bylaws are very vague about what the role of the president is, and I think we need a president who needs to take an initiative and take it upon him or herself to really make sure that they interpret that as more than just sitting in a meeting with the chancellor. So.
And during the Daily Californian's candidate forum, there was a pretty strong difference between both of your perceptions on the political role of the president. Senator Stern, you said that it's not really the place of the ASUC president to take political stands on issues both within the ASUC and outside. Could you, first of all, kind of explain that position?
So I think, we need to define what we mean by political. So obviously we have the CalSTR student action dichotomy kind of working in our student government. And I think, that's naturally going to occur whenever you have, people struggling to get, a finite set of resources. And I think it's important that as president, absolutely I'll have to move beyond that. That's a place where politics need to be left out of the office of the president. And I think, we can all here agree that, whether it's student action or CalSTR or independent, at the end of the day, the priority is the student body. I think Senator Kwon definitely agree with me on that one. I think the other aspect of politics that we need to leave out is the ideological politics. Something that might be an external issue. Sure, I would consider myself a progressive. When the health care bill was passing over spring break, I was like glued to the TV watching C-SPAN, cheering on. But that's something separate. My ideological affiliation or my beliefs personally in terms of politics really aren't what's important in terms of the ASUC. What's important is the consensus and the priorities of the entire student body. So when I say the politics I think the politics that the president should engage in are political action to benefit our education.
Do you feel that the ASUC president should recuse himself from the debate entirely and not let on what his personal beliefs are?
I mean, we all have our personal beliefs. We can't completely disregard those. But I think in terms of what's best for our student body, the president should absolutely be involved. I think this year, as a senator, I got very involved in fighting and protecting our education in terms of our budget cuts and the fee increases and whatnot. I think that's something, as president, I will hope to continue, because that's something we can all agree on, making sure we can make education more affordable and accessible and of the highest quality. Some examples of things that I feel like have helped me as a senator that I think will continue to help me as if I get elected president, is the fact that I've been willing to work with a lot of different students on our campus that are working towards these same common goals. And as important it is as the president is taking an active role, I think the ASUC also has to empower students that want to take their own action. So for example, I helped start a student group this year called Coalition for a Strong UC. And it's a group of graduate students who are working to take initiative on the two-thirds majority rule initiative that's going to appear on the ballot this year. And that's, we all know that the structural issues of our state government are really inhibiting us from making, appropriate budgeting decisions and could really be hurting our education because the state government isn't funding us sufficiently. And I'm helping them to get enough funding, make connections on the campus, and also work across other UCs to make sure that, every student within the system and voters across the state understand that this two-thirds majority rule issue is an education issue, because it directly affects how we get money. That's just one example of where I think the ASUC president should be active in the conversation and should be involved in helping other students lobby for these efforts, promote the cause, and that's where we should take a conversation. Something that really benefits our whole campus. That's political action that benefits students. That's not necessarily ideological. It's more something that we can all agree on that will hopefully help UC Berkeley.
And